Countdown.
All right, we're live, and sorry, I did not mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
Just wanted to make sure we got this started. We're basically right on time, but like I said, this is just us hanging out for about an hour. I titled this "Let's Talk Strategy on How to Gain a Following on Social Media." So we'll be talking about stuff like that. So yeah, what was it that you were asking me?
So I was actually going to ask you. So we were going to talk about getting into strategies in a little bit here, talking about how we can grow social media followings. But the first thing I wanted to ask you was, just for some context, I finished building my first funnel page today. I finished, building my first website, getting the sales funnel down, getting everything right and set up, and I've got a pretty basic funnel down. What would you suggest for someone who's just starting? What would you suggest someone who just made a funnel do to kind of spice it up a bit, make it look a little bit different than the funnels that you'll see from a lot of other marketers?
So honestly, I know you asked me this personally, if I used a personal funnel or not, which I don't. I haven't set up yet.
Oh, okay.
But I can, I know what you definitely can do to give it some spice, like you say, and get people to get those conversions, I guess, and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest tool that you could do is storytelling. Get people to relate to you. That's the best part about because I did go through your funnel. You showed me it and everything, and I thought it was pretty good. You gave some personal stories and what got you to where you're at now.
For sure.
Definitely stuff for people to relate to. That's ultimately what you want to do, especially when you're on that video when people get to your funnel. Is you're hey, this was my story. I'm currently on the path to maybe say financial freedom or becoming self-employed or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so just having that story.
Yeah, story is a powerful thing. That's why I believe TikTok is very powerful for this.
Yeah.
You can have the right video go out. It can go viral where you're promoting the challenge, and it could be because they are relating to you. The videos that I've noticed work really well that I've made are the ones where I basically say I became unemployed due to COVID. I went through this challenge, implemented everything. Now I'm self-employed and I make my money out. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And a good example of this whole storytelling thing was Wake Up Legendary, right? The show they have every morning on Facebook. Yeah. David Sharp invited me on there in sometime in early October, and it was really cool. He gave some great insight and everything, and
cool.
We went live for 30 minutes, talked about my story and everything, and then we talked for an extra 30 minutes afterwards when we weren't live, talking about some personal stuff, and I basically told him, so my story is I became unemployed due to COVID, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I also told him one of the coolest things for me that happened was I had my old employers come to me asking me if I can work for them, and I declined twice. And he was that was the best advice, or that was the best story that you have told me this whole entire time we've been talking this whole time.
That's a good story.
Yeah, he was you need to implement that as much as you can because that'll get people to relate to you. So you definitely want to get people to relate to you so they know it's not a scam or whatever. So
which is we see. Yeah, as someone who's promoting it as well, I see scams. People claiming it's a scam a ton. Just being that I'm newer to TikTok, I mean, I say that I'm new to TikTok. I've been on TikTok for about a week now, but I have one video that's gotten over 70,000 views. And there
Yeah.
are a lot of people who will say like, oh, it's a scam, or oh, it's like $500, or oh, it's like, this and that. They have all sorts of these skepticisms. And like, if anyone watches this, they know like they don't provide us with a script for these responses. Like
Yeah.
we have to do our research. So when these
I mean,
people ask these questions, they say these kinds of things. It's like, you have to know your product. But yeah, absolutely, making sure that you're relatable is a big thing. And what you mentioned, kind of, having those employers reach out to you, I thought that was kind of cool because it almost implemented an aspect of like FOMO, fear of missing out, and that's kind of what your employers were dealing with. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
and
desirability increases your stock like crazy.
yeah, he told me like that's something everyone would dream of hearing from their old employers, and that's why it's very relatable and stuff. And I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, like I'm gonna tell people that, I guess, and stuff. And then along with like to add on to the negativity of social media, scammy, whatever. Definitely like want to talk about that a little bit with because I've been making these lives about basically how to grow on like TikTok or any social media platform. Like
Yeah.
anything we talk about on TikTok is basically for any social media platform.
Hmm.
So I focus on that for these, but also want to like focus on the negativity part of things, like because I feel like I don't talk too much about that. Where like we expect, okay, we're gonna blow up and everything, like we're gonna gain this following, but like
Yeah.
you also have to expect you're gonna get some haters.
Yeah.
Um, those dang haters. If you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. That's
Exactly. I was
what
thinking
I
just that.
exactly. And so I can't tell you how many I get per day. I get so many per day, um, and it you can either let it put your mood down and have a crappy day, or you can use them as fuel to the fire, prove them wrong, and especially the ones that call it a scam. Um,
Yeah. Mm.
so like those are definitely to be expected if you're gonna promote this thing, like um,
Yeah. Yeah.
a, a make money tool or build your business tool or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then the other thing is, I do get people that are like, I was a part of this legend or this 15-day challenge. I wasted my $7. It's a scam, and so to those people, so
Yeah.
they either are lying and they just want to give you a bad name.
Or they just failed because
Yeah,
they didn't do it right, or because they didn't implement what they learned. They didn't do what they were supposed to do, and they just weren't cut out for it. Doesn't mean it's a scam.
exactly. Like I feel like there's a difference between a failure and quitting. Like
Oh
failing
yeah.
is you fail in everything. It's a way of learning. Um,
Hmm.
Quitting is straight up like you didn't even give yourself a chance to fail. What
Yeah.
people can view as like a good thing, but like anything that you like really have the drive for, there are going to be times where you fail, and you just can't take that as a loss. Um,
Yeah.
and so with people just giving up, so that's where I see these people is they're either faking
Hmm.
it and giving me a bad name, or they actually did it, expected it to be a get rich quick scheme or something close to that, and they quit within a few days. And then they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's a scam. I didn't make money." Like it's
Yeah, well, yeah. What did you do? Did you engage with your followers? Did you go to build a funnel? Did you go through the 15-day business builder challenge? Did you make sure that you were doing the right things? Did you follow the criteria? All those things. And 9 out of 10 times, like there are people who have come to me about this who are like, "Oh, I did it and I failed. Why would you be promoting this?" And I ask them those questions. I'm like, "Have you? What did you do? Did you make sure you engaged with your followers? Did you post daily? Did you post consistently? Did you make sure that you frequently went over the trainings that you learned in the 15-day challenge?" Because just because I went through the 15 days doesn't mean I'm done. I go
mhm.
back to their funnel building page for ClickFunnels all the time because there are little things that you pick up every single time that you didn't notice the time before. And it makes a world of difference when you develop as someone who's doing this. And so, yeah, whenever someone's like, "Oh, it's a scam, I tried it and it didn't work," it's like, well, see, that might be because of this or that. And so that's kind of a response that I found that I've had to have. And
Yeah,
upcoming with the drop, being that I'm going to be putting my website in the link in my bio before the night's over tonight, so that people can kind of, start, so I can start getting traffic onto my website, start getting people to start signing up. And, my goal is to build kind of a public community around Legendary. To be like, if you want to sign up with the link in my bio, drop in the comments that you signed up, and we'll have people celebrate you and stuff like that. Because it should be a supportive community. You know what I'm saying? And if people are like, oh, I tried to do this, I bought it when you told me to buy it, or I tried it when you told me to try it and it didn't work, and I'll be like, okay, well, tell you what, contact me privately and I will talk to you and find out where you struggle, and we can work on that together. That way you can find success. Because a lot of people, they get mad because they weren't able to find success, not so much because it was a scam, but just because they feel like they couldn't do it. And if you give them a push, if you show them something, that can make a world of difference.
Yeah. And I know, like, kind of adding on to that, I have had those guys that were telling me that I was like a sleazy, like, sales guy. I just want people's money. And then I know there was times where I would just reply with a straight up video and be like, no, I don't. Honestly, I'm not in it for the money. I'm doing this to help others, is basically what I said in the video. And he commented back and he was like, okay, like that. I just, thanks for your honesty. Like, that's what I was just making sure. And I was like, yeah, I mean, truth comes out. Right. So, and again, like, you can't let those haters get to you. Yeah, I know. Myself, I have a hard time sometimes dealing with it, because like yesterday I was just having a little bit of an off day, and then to have the haters see those comments was like, I have to deal with this again.
Yeah. There's nothing that really, adds a cherry on top to a day that's probably already going bad than people who are trying to crap on something that you're working hard at doing. So, I totally get that. I get where you're coming from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally the definition of perseverance. Like, you're having a tough day.
Yes.
There's some people that are crapping on you some more through comments, the people that don't even know you. And instead of just quitting, like, you just got to keep pushing, like, even on those days that you are having the worst day.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly what I went through yesterday. And today I feel a ton better. It's a new day. Yeah. Like, started the day off really nice. So
yeah, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Are you in Anchorage right now? Or are you in Alaska right now?
Yeah. Yep.
Dang. So obviously I've never met someone who's like up in or from Alaska. Do you guys have to deal, and I'm just curious because this is kind of off topic when it comes to Legendary Marketer, but I figure it'd be good to incorporate like a personal question. When is it during the year that you guys get like do you guys go through like a month of darkness up there, or what's the deal with that?
So
I've heard a lot about that recently.
I haven't opened my blinds yet today. I've been working all day, but I don't even know if it's light out right now.
It's not here.
It's not. Oh,
no, not where I'm
like
in
3
Minnesota.
hours ahead, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Right now it's 2 p.m. where I'm at. I believe, from what I can see, it looks kind of bright out. But like during the winter, it gets dark quick. I know. Well, you're at 5 o'clock and it's dark now, right?
Yeah, it's pretty dark outside right now.
That's about what it gets here. But if you go like further up north, where I'm originally from the small town in Alaska where I'm from, like currently I'm in Anchorage, basically like a small city. It's a little further down north a little bit, but it's really not compared to like Nome is where I'm from, Nome, Alaska. And
that's up there.
Yeah, literally in the middle of summer, there's zero darkness. It stays light 24/7. And
my body would have such a difficult time dealing with that.
It's crazy. I grew up with that, so like I would take a trip to Arizona every single year since I was 4 till I was about like 17. And so I would see it was getting dark in the summer in Arizona. I was like, Grandma, like, why is it dark here? And she's like, that's how it is in the normal world. Like, so
yeah, and out of the extremes.
Yeah, I was so used to like it being light 24/7 in the summer, so it was kind of weird to me to see it get dark in the summer like that.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. Having that shock of like, it started off as you know, you've got this scenario and the surrounding that you're used to, but then all of a sudden it becomes something completely and radically different. And I feel like that's something that, you know, as people who this is kind of going to take a turn, but like people who do sort of the online marketing scene, you have to be willing to kind of voluntarily put yourself through that change in that scenery, that, you know, what's going on around you all of a sudden. Because I had, you know, before I started doing this, I had zero experience with TikTok. You know, I had a little bit more than 200 followers on Instagram. Like, I was by no means a social media forte. Like, that was not my thing at all. But, you know, Legendary did this amazing thing where they had their 15-second free leads thing that was up for $1. And that was the most life-changing promotional thing that I have ever been a part of, ever seen. You know, I bought it, and that night I went through the whole course and I wrote down all the little rules and things. Absolutely life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. Yeah. So you got to be willing to put yourself through that, though. You got to jump into the cold water. That's part of what it is.
Exactly. You got to get out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you're not going to grow in any way if you're still in your comfort zone. I mean,
exactly.
That's what I like to tell people is, like, it may sound crazy. It can work as long as you get out of your comfort zone, and you're willing to put in the hard work and dedication and, like, get through those crappy days, even when, like, so yeah, I mean, I was going to add on to that a little bit. I can't exactly remember what I was going to say, but
no worries. I'm just now noticing that my device is at 1%. But I might hop on my computer and jump right back on, because that's gonna have perfectly fine charge.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So like you mentioned, just getting out of your comfort zone, breaking out of the comfort zone. I know that, you know, I've been on your Instagram. Obviously, I followed you on Instagram. I follow your socials just because, you know, that's what people who are in the same organization do. We support and we follow. And your journey with, you know, the lifting, working out, the body transformation stuff. How has that had an effect on your mindset when it comes to this kind of stuff?
Amazing effect. Like, me personally, so I can go back to even COVID. I went 3 straight months. So I'll kind of go back a little bit.
Go ahead.
I have been lifting for years, really strict dieting, things like that. Basically the stereotypical bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and before COVID, I was going to the gym every single day, I was having a hard time even taking rest days. And I used to even go to the gym 3 times a day sometimes, is how much I was into it. And then COVID hit, and I was in the state of Montana, and so became unemployed, came back to Alaska to live with family. And the gyms were obviously closed. I couldn't work out for 3 months. Worst time of my life. I went through. Fitness and staying healthy can really give you a good outlook on life. Like it rather than you like maybe sitting at home being a couch potato, watching TV, it makes you feel a lot better, in my opinion. And I can really go into that because I experienced it for being out of the gym for 3 months. And like I said, I was in the worst mindset I've ever been in my life during the 3 months. I was out of the gym, plus I went back to Nome in the small town I grew up in, and that's not the like most positive environment. I'm gonna be straight up.
I can't imagine.
It's such a negative environment. Mainly at the time because like COVID just happened, so everything was shut down. So we only have 3,700 people in the town, and and not too much going on, even when COVID was going on, or wasn't going on. So with COVID going on, everything was shut down. We were all stuck inside our tiny houses, and it caused very negative mindsets on everybody. And so I still like slightly feel kind of affected by it, but with like staying active and surrounding myself with like-minded people, which is how Legendary got me into being surrounded by like-minded people, and I'm expanding it to helping people for free doing these lives. Like, I
Yeah.
mainly do these lives just because, one, I want to help people. I don't really want to
Mhm.
charge someone for coming on this live that they can learn really quick
For sure.
specific things. And two, I just like, this is my favorite part of the day. Um,
Heck
I
yeah.
feel really good right after these lives, um, knowing that I like have possibly helped someone, and just being with someone that's like-minded. Um, I really do believe in mindset. Mindset is
Oh
key to
yeah.
everything. I mean, I just got my business license not too long ago, and the business
Nice.
is called Affiliate Mindset. It's like right up there. Um, but
The logo, right? The one that
yeah,
I saw before we came in here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's cool.
Affiliate Mindset, obviously the affiliate, because like we're affiliates, we're affiliate marketers.
What we're doing.
So I did want to implement that name in the mindset. I just really am into mindset and how that can affect you in multiple ways.
Yeah.
Um,
Having a strong mindset, having a strong mentality is something that if you can develop that and nurture that as you grow, like not just like at like in your skills, but like as a human being, like as you grow older from like 9 years old to 10 years old to 18 years old to 19 years old, where I'm at now, nurturing a strong mentality is something that will never ever, that'll never hurt you. Having a strong mind will not ever hurt you because in fact, it'll be a tool that allows you to do just about anything. I mean, like you said, whether it was, going to the gym 3 times a day, or for me, if it was, as a 19-year-old who was broke in college and knew nobody, it was picking himself up and trying to make sure that he could make something out of himself, learning how to do affiliate marketing, learning how to do YouTube automation, wholesaling real estate, like a lot of these different kinds of
mhm.
things. It took a strong mindset to be able to do those kinds of things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
And
absolutely understand that.
the thing I really tell people too is like, um, so I'm going to talk about myself a little bit here, but I do want to
Go ahead.
hear about like your story and like what
For
brought you
sure.
into all this. But for like to give some people some context, I was with Legendary actually 2 years ago. Um, I was
Okay.
also 19 at the time. 19, I was a freshman in college, just finished my first semester of college, and was in the second semester trying to look for some way I could make money because I was running out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Mm-hmm.
I ran into, yeah, I ran into Legendary. Um, First off, again, back to the mindset thing. Um, I think you are way more mature at your age than I was at 19. Like, I was very naive at the age of 19, I feel like.
As most people are, which isn't a
Yeah,
bad thing.
no, and I mean, it gives you room to grow for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but at 19, I was um, in the mindset of getting rich quick. So, doing it for the money. I was
Yeah.
like, I need to make
Mm-hmm.
money quick. This sounds great. Um, so that very is already a red flag. Don't be in that mindset at all. Anybody watching
Yeah.
this, like, but yeah, I was in that mindset, and then I went through the 15-day challenge. I was so excited about it. I was telling everybody, including my family and friends. My friends were iffy. They were like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then family, because they're the closest to me, they weren't afraid to tell me anything to my face. So they were basically calling it a scam and this is too good to be true. They're traditional thinkers that you can't make money online. It was what they were
Yeah.
thinking at the time.
Yep. I
So
heard the exact same thing. Exact same thing from mine, man.
yeah,
I mean, it's almost universal to hear that now. People who are more forward and progressive thinkers, those are the ones who tend to be like, you're getting involved with scams, but 15 years from now, we're going to be the traditionalist thinkers. But anyways,
exactly.
continue, please.
Yeah. So yeah, with the mix of all that, the whole mindset thing, I wasn't in the best mindset at the time. Plus, me telling everyone, and they were like, kind of getting me down, saying,
Hmm.
"No, like, basically, like, someone in the family was like, your older brother, did something like this, and he got scammed big time." And I was like, "Oh man, like, can't let that happen." I guess so. I
Hmm.
quit. I quit within the week as well. Um,
Wow.
2 years go by. I'm just doing whatever. Really no plan at all. And I jumped back into it. Surprisingly, because someone I went to high school with in this small town that I grew up in was making it with Legendary, and he went through the challenge and everything, and I was like, this is insane. Like, what are the odds of that? Um,
Higher than you'd think.
yeah, I mean, he was, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm getting into it again. It was the best blessing that could have happened, especially during COVID. Like,
Yeah.
insane. Um, and now I'm just about to hit 4 months with doing this, and I could not be more thankful. And Legendary alone has also helped my mindset in so many ways.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what the whole point to that story is like, I recommend, if you feel like you have anybody, like anybody watching this, or if you have anybody that can potentially like ruin your mindset, or if you have someone that can put you down, I would say keep to yourself at least till you can like really shove it into their face and be like,
Heck
I
yeah.
did it. Like, keep yourself away from negativity. That's what I'm basically saying. Like,
One of the best pieces. Oh, my bad. I thought you cut out there for a sec. Go ahead.
oh, it's all good. I was just gonna say, like, the second time around, I didn't tell anybody except for my girlfriend, and started doing it with Legendary, seeing results. As soon as I saw some like results that I was pretty confident about, that was when I told some of the family members that told me it wasn't going to work out for me.
It's a good feeling, isn't it?
It was a great feeling. I told my dad, like, hey, I got a job, and he was like, oh, doing what? You haven't told me about anything recently. And I was like, yeah, well, I gave him a call. And I was like, guess what? This is the same thing that you guys told me, like, was impossible to do for me. Like, and they're basically speechless. So, like, that's a pretty good lesson. Like, sometimes you got to keep to yourself, and then just shove it in their face, whoever it is, shove it in their face and show them in the future. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Bruce Lee had a really, really good quote that I've held really close to my heart, especially with these kinds of things. Like, I'm the kind of person as a 19-year-old, like, I have a whiteboard over in my room over there that has the number 1 million up on the top of it, because my goal is to be a millionaire by the time that I'm 30. You know, that's where I want to be. That's my goal. And I've got everything written down underneath it that I need to do to get there. Most of the things are passive. Some of them are active income, but that's kind of aside from the point. It's always suggested that you keep your love life quiet, you keep your next move quiet, and you keep what you're thinking quiet. Because you can speak those things later, but if people know your every move, if there becomes issues there, because they're going to say things, they're going to tell people, they're going to mess things up, they're going to try to screw things up for you. If you are quiet on your way for success, it's a lot louder when you get there. And that really resonated with me a lot.
yeah, I mean, I really believe in quotes, and I'm pretty sure I heard that quote. So I wouldn't be surprised if I have. It sounds very familiar. So I believe in that as well. Strongly believe in that.
Moving in silence, that's a big thing, you know. I guess, I don't know, I can say a little bit about me if that's what you want. If you've got other stuff you want to cover, but that's totally cool too.
I'd like to know how you found Legendary, first of all, and like how your experience has been with it and everything.
Yeah. So, first of all, my experience with Legendary has been incredible, because I've leveraged my connections within Legendary marketing to make connections outside of it with other affiliate marketing companies, and they kind of help me be more successful at what I'm doing, you know. And so I found myself with Legendary. This goes back to like July 2019. So in July 2019, on the 17th of July, I got into a car crash. I almost died. I broke both of my legs. I cracked my sternum, and I had like a big old black eye, and I had some gashes in my chest and stuff. And it was bad. It was really, really bad. So as I was repairing and healing myself, you know, I'd worked, you know, landscaping jobs the 2 years previous. I'd made $15 an hour working landscaping. I loved it. It was a difficult job. You worked out in the sun all day long. It was physical labor, and I loved it. You know, it was for me. And crashing that car took away my ability to, kind of work the same way,
Yeah.
because after that, after tendons and muscles are ripped and things along those lines, my legs got messed up, really bad. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I got back on my feet, as things are starting to get better, I got back into sports, back into basketball, COVID hit, and I didn't have a job. And I feel like that is one of the most relatable things that I can hear, that I've heard from everybody right now. People who don't have a job, the first reason they say is always because of COVID. And that's why the video on my TikTok account has 70,000 views right now, because it incorporated one of the most relatable things that you can think of. But that's aside from the point. Like I said, after COVID hit, I finished out my senior year of high school. That sucked. That was not at all what I thought my senior year was going to be. And, every senior had to go through that, and it was tough, but we did it. And it was all about having, I don't want to say a winner's mentality, because we definitely weren't winners, but it was having a tough mentality. It was having the mentality of someone who wasn't going to quit, who wasn't going to give up. And so I think that that's kind of something that's understated about my generation a little bit, but that's aside from the point. After that ended, the summer was, shut down. Summer didn't happen. I was in my house basically all summer long. I saw my girlfriend occasionally, but other than that, there wasn't a lot of progress happening. And college finally came around, and I was sitting on $31.35 in my bank account when I went off to college. So I was dead broke, no job, and I didn't know what I wanted to study in school yet. So I just signed up with an entrepreneurship class because I wanted to start a business. I'd known that I'd want to start a business since I was in like 6th grade, but I didn't know how I was going to do it. So 4 months passed by, and I see on social media, on TikTok, this person, I can't remember if it was you or if it's one other dude. I was on a live with him today. He's got a cavity, he's got kind of an orange beard, and he went through a mentorship program before he went to Legendary. He paid for the mentorship program. Huh?
AJ Rants.
Yeah, it's AJ. Yep, it's AJ.
Great.
He's awesome. But the main guy for me was Daryl Gray Jr. Shout out to Daryl. I mean, he was, when I got onto TikTok and I mentioned that I like business, his post was the first thing I saw, and it got my attention like that. It wasn't even a Legendary marketer post. It was some post about how you can flip domains online. And that just goes to show, like, your TikTok doesn't have to revolve all around, Legendary. You can be providing services otherwise. But yeah, that was when I discovered Legendary. That's when I discovered the community. And I was asking questions. I was like, what's this about? All this and that. And the thing was, I had tried Forex trading. I had tried drop shipping. I had tried making webinars for people. And none of that stuff worked for me. I had done that while I was in college, and I'd done that over the summer. It didn't work. And so I was getting annoyed. I was getting fed up. It was getting to that point where, like, I was close to giving up, and someone who did landscaping for fun, giving up is not something that comes, it's not your first thought. So when I discovered Legendary, they said something that really caught my attention, and I wasn't sure, how it made me feel at first, but they said, we are not guaranteeing that you're going to make money. This is not a get rich quick scheme. And I was like, okay, this is, that's kind of contrary to the messages you hear in social media nowadays when there's these advertising products going around. Forex traders like $34,000 automated in a day, or I made $60,000 with this drop shipping store in 1 week, or I closed 5 wholesale deals, like things along those lines. They make things sound excessively easy, excessively simple, and like you're gonna make money no matter what. And Legendary was the first company, the first advertising, group that I'd come across that wasn't actively doing that. Every single person I talked to was like, you have to work hard to do this, but your hard work directly translates into results if you do it right. And I was like, dang, that's really, really impactful for me. So, as soon as I saw that, I was like, all right, well, how much does it cost? As soon as I heard it was $7, I was sitting in my bedroom. I was like, all right, $7, that's not much. I put that in. Little did I know I was going to be learning skills that I'm probably going to be using when I run my own business here, skills that I'm going to be using when I go to do the rest of the things on my whiteboard, when I decide to pursue all the rest of the things that I want to do. I mean, my passion is teaching. My passion is teaching. That's what I want to do. And I want to teach people how to use their money. But, I gotta get there first. And so Legendary is really that first step for me. And they've been incredible. Their education was fantastic. Their support groups were amazing. You get results with what they do, and it's incredible. And so, like I said, I just finished my first sales funnel, and being that I've got like 3,000 people who are, waiting for me to drop, it's just, I'm grateful for everything the Legendary's taught me, because I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for them. It's an amazing thing. So
Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm coming from.
insane. Like, that's crazy. That's an insane story. Like, that's great. Not
Thank you.
great as like what you went through, but like for you to jump back up from that, like that's insane.
Yeah, man. Mentality. It's a mindset thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's good to surround, even it doesn't have to be directly, but like it's good to surround yourself with like good content creators or things like that. Like Daryl Gray, he's insane. I had him on one of my lives not too long ago. Actually, we went over things, and he's 17.
Incredibly smart.
Yeah, he's younger than both of us, and like if I was that mature and that smart and everything at that age, like that, I don't know where I would be right now. He's gonna do things.
Oh yeah, that kid's special. That kid is special.
So, like it's insane, and like Legendary alone, they teach so much value for $7 for the challenge. Like sometimes it's information overload, and which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, you can get analysis paralysis for sure, but it's a good thing that they break it down into those 15 days. Like, I found that too. I found myself wanting to jump into all 15 days and get all that info right away. But they sectioned it out so that you had to take your time.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really smart.
Yeah. And then, like, they do give you, like, all this, like we were talking about, gives you all the skills and information you could need to create your own business if you want to.
Yeah.
Whether it be affiliate marketing, like that's one of the things they focus on in the challenge. Or it just, like you said, it gives you the knowledge to like start your own business. And one thing I wanted to do, I knew I wanted to be self-employed and work for myself ever since I was a freshman in high school. Wasn't completely sure how I was going to do it, but I wanted to.
That's a big question.
Yeah, I know I for sure wanted to become a personal trainer and help people all around the world that way. Just didn't know how I was going to go about doing that. So Legendary is like why I jumped, like really got excited for it 2 years ago. Unfortunately, had some things happen that got me out of it. But luckily, I came back to it, and I'm very grateful for it.
Legendary. Sorry, I just had to turn my mic off because I think either I was breaking up a little bit, or you were a little bit, but I just wanted to make it a little bit better.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Legendary is something that, came out of left field for me.
Oh, I don't know if you can hear me. Your audio is out and your video as well. So I can't see anything. Hold on a sec. All right. All right, so there's some technical difficulties here. Sorry for anybody watching this. Let me see if I can get him onto his computer here. All right, it looks like he'll be joining here in a sec. But again, back to mindset. Mindset is key for anything, whether you're jumping into what we're doing or you have other passions. Mindset can set the tone for the day. You don't want to like start your day with negativity. I know. So back to the negative comments. So what we do is we do everything on social media. Oh, it looks like he joined. Let me see. Hey, you're back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Okay.
My bad. This phone is garbage. I've had this thing for 5 years. Part
Oh
of the reason
man,
I joined Legendary because I want a new phone.
yeah, it's all good. What exactly were we talking about there?
Um, we left off. I was asking you a question. Oh yeah. So my question was, I know a lot of people who are younger than me. When I was in high school, I started a shoe resale business with a freshman. He was 15 years old, and I was like, "You might be able to do this with me, but I know you might need like a debit card and stuff like that." What is the minimum age limit of someone who can do affiliate marketing? Because I know 13-year-olds with 5,000 people following them on Instagram. You
Yeah,
know, there are people who have a lot of potential. What's the minimum age? What does it take?
honestly, I don't think it's about age. I really do agree, or I have a strong feeling towards it depends on how you view it. If you view it as this could be anyone of any age group, I feel if you see it as a get rich quick scheme, like this isn't for you.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, like short answer, I feel like age doesn't matter. You just have to know that you're gonna have to put in the work and dedication. Um, like there isn't gonna be really anything that gives you that instant
Mm-hmm.
gratification. Um, so that's why like I'll get these like 14, 15-year-old kids contact me that are like, hey, I want to make money. Does this work? And I'm like, so, and they tell me their
Depends. Do
age, and
you? Do you?
I'm like, yeah. So they tell me their age, and I'm like, okay, first of all, like, it can work. You have the potential, but you really like. I really try to drive it into them. Like, you have to
Mm-hmm.
put in the hard work. You have to be patient and persistent. Like, this isn't gonna come quick. It's not a get rich quick scheme.
Oh yeah.
Um, And the words that I really tell everyone is patience, persistence, and motivation. Patience is one of the big key factors in this.
It's the virtue.
Again, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It takes time. This person over here can maybe get it in the first day that they start promoting and start like making sales. While
Yeah.
this person over here could take months. I've seen both. I've seen someone promote it day one and they start making their first commissions. Um, well, I've seen another person post somewhere that is like, I've been in this for 6 months and I finally made my first commission. Um, so it long story short, like it depends on your mindset again, and
Yeah.
if you are willing to put in the work and dedication, um, I think anyone of any age can do it. You just have to learn to adapt to things and things like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah. I hesitate to use this word because for a lot of people, it's kind of like it's like a buzzword, kind of like a trigger word. People hear it and they want to stay away from it because it's something that they recognize as bad. But to succeed anywhere, but especially in a field like this, discipline is what it takes. Discipline in getting my legs to work again, continually rehabbing, discipline in making sure that you get to the gym every single day, discipline, as funny as this sounds, discipline to make sure you put up a video or 2 or 3 every day. That is something that you would find surprisingly difficult sometimes. And when you run into that, it's that unexpected difficulty. That's where discipline really shows. When you don't see it coming, but you decide to keep going through it, that is kind of where discipline shows up. And so it takes a mindset, perseverance, determination and all that stuff. But to have all those things and then reinforce it with discipline so you continue to act on those ideas and those morals. Discipline is something that I believe is super important. And I don't think that it should be such a negative word for a lot of people because discipline is such a tool. It's something that would make you beyond successful. I mean, if you can stay committed to something, like you said, there's no reason you won't see results. If you're actively trying to make it forward, make moves forward, whether it's for bettering your financial life or bettering, your social life or anything that it might be, discipline will get you there. That is one of the biggest keys for it,
Yeah, I mean, I strongly agree there. The other saying, or the other thing I tell people, and I try to drive it into their head, is you don't have you can't want. If you really want something, then you would be doing it already.
Exactly.
You can't want, you have to do. Like straight up, I'm not gonna tell you otherwise. Like if you want something so bad, you better be doing it already.
Yeah.
Or working towards it or something. If you
Mhm.
like with your you want to make 1 million by 30, you're already doing. You're not just wanting. Wanting is just an excuse for
Mhm.
being lazy and not doing it. And doing is just like, and that comes with a lot of things. Like you can even maybe have to train yourself to be disciplined. Like I know it's possible you can train yourself to be disciplined. I mean, right now,
It's
um,
tough.
yeah, and it's tough for sure with COVID and everything. But um,
Yeah, no kidding.
rather for like people, like say people want to learn about affiliate marketing and stuff like that, and you have all this free time because you got maybe laid off during work or you have less hours. Take advantage of those extra hours and start learning.
Yes.
Um, and later on, you never know if you continue to learn every single day. You take time from, like, say you play video games every day, maybe cut those hours, take those
Yeah.
hours, take them into this or whatever it is you want to learn. You never know what can happen in 5 years. You may be successful. Um,
Yeah. That's a big one.
like,
I've heard video games, man. Those suck up so much time. That was the day I realized I wanted to be successful, my PlayStation was plugged into my TV, and I actually have it right here. The day I decided I wanted to be successful was when I bought this thing right here. This is something that I can plug into the side of my computer, and it connects to an HDMI cord, and it broadcasts whatever is on my computer screen up onto my TV. So I have two screens, and I would have a trading chart, a stock market chart up on my TV, while so I could watch the markets and see what I was doing, and I could do my homework at the same time, and I could look back up and see if anything was happening, and I could look back down, because I realized that if you can remove those things and get those things out of the way, and you can turn it into something that is in turn positive and beneficial to you, like you said, turning the video game time into productivity, self-improvement, bodily improvement, whatever it may be, turning that into improvement time, the results you saw of playing video games, you will get the opposite of that in a positive direction. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So
I mean, like, so, like, a good to relate to that, like, back to the whole video games thing.
yeah,
Um, say you're into Call of Duty, and
I mean,
you're
I'm guilty of that.
yeah, like, and say you're a straight up like beast or a pro, like you're
Mhm.
killing and whatever, like you're so good at it,
Mhm.
and that's just because of the amount of time you play it.
Yeah.
Imagine instead of doing that, or at least cutting it in half to doing something you want to become great at,
Mhm.
and like you could do it. Like look at your progress of Call of Duty. You could do that with, say, affiliate marketing or
Yeah.
like other things, turning in making a multi-million business. Like
Yeah.
you could do that as long as you're willing to put in the time and effort. Discipline is a major role.
Yes.
For
Yes.
me, I'm having a hard time a little bit just because like I need to be more disciplined. Like I even have to. Everyone in some way has like can have that. And for example, um, the thing I'm having trouble with discipline is ironically getting back into the gym, having that motivation every single day to go to the gym.
Yeah.
After COVID happened, it really screwed me up. I mean,
Yeah.
I got incredibly heavy, got so used to like laying on my butt for so long, like that
Real
I
talk.
just didn't want to do anything. And even now, like what is it, like 6 months now of being back into the gym, I'm still having those days where I have to fight myself to get to the gym.
Yeah.
And so, and before COVID, like I I still had to be disciplined. Like there was, I know when I was first starting, I had to work up that discipline. Like, yeah, I had to work that up, and it eventually became a habit. So I didn't even have to think of it; it just automatically became a part of my day. Um,
Yeah.
Same thing can be said to anything in life. Like right now, I'm gonna try to make that happen where I don't have to think about going to the gym and motivate myself. It just becomes a part of the day. That could be put
Mhm.
into anything like self-taught stuff. You want to learn about stocks and become a big pro at stocks. Like you discipline yourself to do it every single day.
Every day.
It'll eventually become a habit, and then you'll start having fun with it. Again, it goes to anything that you want
That's
to
another
learn.
great quote. That's another
So,
great quote that you actually just brushed up on right there.
what's
So,
that?
so if you can't tell, I read up a lot. I'm well versed in like what I follow smart people. I follow wise people, people who know what they're talking about, people who are successful. And
Yeah.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson actually had a really fantastic quote saying that if you go to work every single day and you sit on a chair in your office for 9 hours, 10 hours a day, sitting in front of a computer, doing nothing but sitting in the chair, looking at the computer, and then you get home and you say you're tired, you're not tired. You are just uninspired.
Mm.
You have not found yet that thing that inspires you. For me, finance, money, building wealth, accumulating wealth, making things for myself. That is what I'm passionate about. I am obsessive. That's an understatement to say I'm obsessive. When I got done with Legendary, I was awake for 4 nights straight. Now, I do not suggest anybody does this because it's super unhealthy,
Yeah.
but I was obsessed with trying to be as good as I possibly could have been because I wanted to build something for myself. And so I was up for 4 nights straight. I did my schoolwork during the daytime, and then at nighttime, I focused as much as I could on affiliate marketing, learning all that stuff that I possibly could. And it takes me longer to learn things. I understand that. So that's why I had to put so much time into it. But it's still something that I was so passionate about that I didn't care how long it took me to learn these things. I didn't care what was required of me to do it. I needed to make sure that I could do it because it was what I was passionate about. And that's the thing for a lot of people is that you might not be tired. You might just not have found the thing that inspires you yet. And that's okay. But you need to look because you can't just live your life uninspired the entire time. That's not a way to live.
And yeah, it was like seriously some great stuff here. I mean, I feel like so what it sounds like is you surround yourself with positivity, like whether it be through maybe like personal people that you talk to or it's social media.
Mm-hmm.
I do the exact same thing. Like
Good.
most of the stuff that I'm saying now is just stuff that I hear about all the time.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, that's basically how it happens. That's how we can give so much like knowledge is just from other people, and those other people have heard it from other people. So
Yes.
it's a reason. There's a reason why all that's around. It's because like it's powerful stuff. And the one guy I really watch, who is the biggest inspiration to me, is Gary Vee.
Oh, love Gary Vee. Love Gary Vee.
He is the
Oh,
absolute
the best.
like my number one favorite guy.
Energy
Like,
is on point with him.
yeah, I watch him every single morning. I don't care if it's a 3-minute video or if it's a 30-minute video. I watch him every single morning. That's most of the reason as to how I get the drive every day to do what I want to do, and how I start my days off really nice. It's crazy because I was saying I had a pretty bad day yesterday. Guess what? The first thing I did or did not do was surround myself with positivity that morning. Watch these motivating videos or telling me to get off my butt. Like I started my morning not to a great start.
Yeah,
And
got off on the wrong foot.
Exactly. And if you start your mornings off not the best, it just sets the tone for the whole day. And that was the exact case for me yesterday. And when I compare yesterday to today, like I surrounded myself with positivity this morning, watched those videos that I needed to. It set the tone for the day. I am having a great day, and I was very pumped for this live.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking forward to this too. Like I don't know, I hadn't really talked like personally with a lot of people that were inside of Legendary. And so, to a degree I kind of felt like, I was on the outside still a little bit, but this live is kind of like for me kind of the acknowledgement, the understanding like, yeah, I'm on the in now. And that's a nice feeling to have,
Well, yeah, and I love doing these lives. Like I didn't realize I'd like it so much. One of the things you may think it's crazy, but I was always that very insecure, quiet guy. Anybody that knows me personally, anyone in high school or school in general, I was
Interesting.
quiet. I was not social ever. I was that guy. And like, it's pretty ironic I'm doing this. It's really ironic I'm doing TikTok because I hated TikTok. I was like, why would I get onto this platform that has all these dancing kids? Like,
Yeah, right there.
and yeah, so I was like, no way, like I am not going to do that. And I knew about TikTok a whole year before Legendary, so like my girlfriend would watch it all the time, and
Same here.
yeah, and I
The
would get
women in our lives, man.
my family members, actually, even the little kids, would try to get me to do TikToks, and I was like, you would have to kill me and drag my body into the video to get me to be in a TikTok. So,
Oh, that's great.
and now,
Yeah.
and now I'm making like 4+ videos every single day. It's insane.
And props to you for that too, dude. It takes me a long time to push out videos. I get like hyper focused on the details, and I maybe get out 1 or 2 a day, and I feel guilty about it because I haven't been regular about it either. But I mean, like I was saying, props to you for getting like 4 out a day, man. That's crazy.
I know, and so like I guess this kind of gets into a little bit of the content creation side of things.
Yeah.
But like, even if you have to repost, just repost. It gives you that consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency is key.
100%.
Key for anything. This is with TikTok. This is with any social media platform.
Life.
Yeah, and so you have to be consistent. You're going to have serious fans. If you believe it or not, if you continue to do things and try to help people and things like that, like what we're doing, we're promoting the challenge to help people. And I've had multiple people tell me I was an inspiration and that they were thankful that they found my videos, and
Heck yeah.
like that's insane. And so yeah, like your fans or whoever is following you are gonna want to see your content every single day, at least on TikTok.
Yeah.
And so consistency is key. One thing I really believe in: once you have a good amount of content posted, just look back at some old videos and just repost them. Just change change that thumbnail thing there, change the description, and then just post it out. And no matter what, if you have a video that went viral, definitely repost that. That's a good chance for you to get it. Something with the algorithm. I say this all the time. The algorithm changes so much, so often, that it would be a good idea to repost that video again that went viral, because there's a chance it's gonna go.
Yeah.
There's a huge chance it'll go viral again.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, that was, this is, like quote unquote top secret information, but that is one of the big things that I learned about with the 15-second leads, is that the algorithm in TikTok is absolutely playable. Like, you can play the game. Like, I did research on the way that TikTok worked before I got onto TikTok. And I actually, coincidentally, same thing with you. My girlfriend was the one who told me about TikTok, but she was like, Daniel, you do know that you can get like finance pages and money advice on TikTok, right? And I was like, what, really? She was like, yeah, you can tailor your feed so you see those things. And that's what really started to interest me, was the fact that all of a sudden, if you post a certain type of content, you will show up and appear to a certain kind of person. And that was when I realized, like, hey, wait a minute. If they can do that, if they're providing quality content and it's capturing the attention of viewers, how come I can't do that?
Yeah.
And then you realize that there's no reason you can't do that. You can ask someone for help. You can talk to somebody who maybe is a bit more creative than you, who has a lot of ideas, and you can say, hey, can you give me some advice on something I should post? And, all of a sudden, I mean, it takes an engaging video and very, very basic sales skills to say, you know what? I bet you I can make a video that goes viral. And like you said, reposting that and doing that over and over and over again, getting that repeat exposure, the way that TikTok's algorithm works, TikTok is easily the most powerful social media platform in the world. No doubt.
And so it's insane. It's nothing like any other social media platform out there. And
for people with ADHD like me.
Yeah. So we kind of touched on this other thing that I want to bring up again is don't force yourself to like for us, legendary is our thing, right?
Yeah.
Um, you don't have to make your content all just legendary or the 15-day challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
I fell victim to that. Every single content. If you look at my page, everything is about legendary.
I saw that for a while. I was like, dang, that's a lot of legendary videos.
Yeah, and so
I mean, promotion,
everything-
promotion, but
yeah, I mean, I believe that's the reason why I was able to get so many people to sign up and stuff. But you do wear yourself very thin,
Yeah.
and I speak from experience. I'm actually recently just experiencing that. I until I started seeing other like TikTok creators and stuff that were actually doing legendary, but they're doing these other side things for videos, which is make money online in general with anything.
Austin J. Becker, great example of that. The guy's a beast. Anyways, continue.
I get like he's the one actually that got me into like, okay, I have to expand a little bit. I have to, because the way I was looking at it was, okay, if I don't post a legendary video, I'm gonna lose the chance of getting some some leads or members or whatever. Now I'm like, okay, like I honestly like don't care as long as I can start getting a following and stuff. Like
Yes.
Austin Becker,
Yes.
he I believe started at a similar time as me. He's at what 250,000 followers. Yeah,
Wow.
and
That's
I was like,
insane.
okay, I need to change up something because like I don't care now. I need to get this following going. And once you do get a following and once you finally make a video, like maybe promoting the 15-day challenge, like that following's already there. So they're gonna, once you make that video, they're all gonna be like, oh, like I haven't seen them promote this or anything. Like
Exactly my strategy.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I'm trying to implement right now is getting, posting videos that were financial advice, educational advice, career advice, making sure that, I was providing quality content and then keeping, if there is anybody who follows me, who's watching this right now, they know that I'm keeping, legendary, basically a surprise. Like no one knows on my feed yet that that's what I'm going to be promoting, but I'm getting it set up so that I'm going to have a link tree and I'm going to have, cause I'm affiliated with Builderall. I'm going to be affiliated with Legendary. I'm going to be affiliated with ClickFunnels. I'm going to be affiliated with ClickBank. And I'm going to have my gift is that I'm going to have all of their links that they're going to need ever right in my link tree for them.
Yeah.
And then additionally, they're going to have access to me at any time, any information that they need, any questions they have. And I guess I actually wanted to bring that up to you because I wanted to know, giving your followers access to you, being able to contact you, is this fortune or is this folly? Where does that stand? Because I want to help people, obviously. That's what I want to do. I don't want to see people fail. And that means I want to help them, but is it a bad idea?
Definitely not. No. I get so many people a day contacting me personally because I do have those links to Instagram, Facebook, even YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I just I get most of my people asking me on Instagram, which I'm glad. Because I could talk to them more because they see some of my videos and they're like, okay, let me contact them. I want to know more. And that's how I get a lot, some of my members to join and things like that. So I would definitely link some type of personal contact, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, or even just an email, so people can email you so you can just chat with them a little bit and give them your insight on it. So definitely think that's a good thing to add there.
Awesome.
Linktree is great. I really agree with what you're I took a little look at your content and you're really you don't have that much content on there, but you're already growing really fast and it's only been a week?
Yeah, I've had TikTok for a little bit over a week now, and my viral video, I posted that 6 days ago. And that's been generating me a steady flow of 100, 200 followers a day since, on Wednesday last week, I was working with my college group. We were working on a presentation and I remember opening up my Instagram, not my Instagram, my TikTok, and I said, guys, I had 20 followers yesterday, and I'm currently sitting at 600. And one of the girls in the group was like, what? How did you do that? I'm like, I don't know. My video is getting a lot of views though. And I opened the TikTok up at the end of our little meeting as a group, and I was sitting on 1,300. And I was like, I over doubled my followers in like an hour. And they were like, holy cow. Like it was an insane situation. It takes one video. That's all it takes. But yeah, I mean, I took example. That's the biggest thing, is that smart people take example from the people who were successful before they were. You know, I took example from your videos. A lot of your videos you do a great job of using the exact same font on your covers for every single video, or making them the same, similar. You know, that congruency is something you learn when you are in Legendary about, you know, congruency attracts people. That's something that helps garner attention. And so I took that from you. I took all these different things that were, you know, little pieces of advice that made someone's account, made someone's following grow bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, none of it was my own idea. I learned all these different things from other people and implemented it into what I did.
Yeah,
So,
you're already doing great. Like it took me 2 weeks to get any traction. So that's a great example of you're not going to do the same as this next person. Like you're doing a lot better than like I started at in my first week.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and then I mean, great example here. It took me 2 weeks to see a little bit of traction. It took you only a week to grow pretty fast. So
Yeah,
you can't compare
gratitude.
you can't compare yourself to others. That's the worst thing. I fell into that yesterday actually, just because you know what? I had to add some more worse things into my day. So I could
everybody has those days. Everybody has them.
yeah, so don't fall victim to that. Don't compare yourself to others. As long as you're willing to work hard, stick with it. Like you're gonna grow. With whatever you want to achieve.
Every single person who's gonna go through Legendary, who sees, you know, either this live or sees the links in either of our bios, they have to know that their struggle is going to be different than my struggle, and it's going to be different than your struggle. You know, my struggle might be that after that viral video, my views start to taper off, and all of a sudden I won't be getting more than 100 views on a video that's been up for 3 days. You know, that might be what my struggle is, or my struggle might be garnering more follows or generating more leads. You know, everybody's struggle is going to be different. We don't know. So even though I went through a period of success for a little while, there's no guarantees that I'm not about to go through 3 months of struggle and difficulty.
Yeah,
but that discipline and the mentality thing that we're coming back to right now, maintaining that through, you know, success and through difficulty. I just got lucky. You know, I wrote a good script, I had a good idea, and I executed it right. Anybody can.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're gonna like run into this really too much at all, but like a lot of people will get too high on their successes, and the moment they don't do they're like, for example, put out a video that's up to par with that last one that was very successful, and you're like, oh, I'm the greatest and stuff like that, they're going to get down on themselves, and then they're going to tell themselves they're a failure, and that's where like things start to taper off for people, where they're like, oh, like I went down to a one video a day, I don't know why, and then you look and like they tell you, well, this video didn't do very good compared to the other one, so it demotivated me.
I've been there.
Yeah, I definitely have too, and that's where the discipline comes. Don't get too high on the successes, but also don't get too low on like things like haters or this is a great thing that I am currently learning about with Gary Vee and have been for a while, is like he doesn't get too high on his successes. Well, he also doesn't get low on himself with the failures. Like he doesn't hear either side. Basically, is how he's saying it. If he has someone that's really like, "Oh, you're great and you're doing great and everything," like they're muted to him, but he's like, "Oh, thanks." Like that's about it. And then the other side where there's negativity, where people are like, "Oh, you're such a like you're scamming and whatever, this and that." He also doesn't hear them. So you kind of definitely keep like a balance with that.
One of the things that helps me a lot, because we both get haters. Oh, you cut out for a sec there. Your face like froze. Did you say something?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. One of the things that I've noticed a lot, you know, I get haters too. Even, you know, just because I'm new doesn't mean there aren't people who, you know, don't like what I'm doing, don't like my energy, don't like
Yeah.
my vibe, whatever it is. But they don't like that I'm doing that. And I found that having a plan and knowing what your plan is one of the best things you can do, because if you have a plan, you know what your steps are. If you are willing to stay committed to those steps, if you're staying dedicated to those steps, if you say, okay, like, for example, people are getting pissed at me. There are some people who are like, oh, come on, you just need to tell us already. You can't keep this a secret. Like, no, I know what my plan is. You know, I know what I'm doing. You know, you can be upset at me, but I understand that at the end of this, you know, I know what's going to happen at the end of my plan, and it's working. And so you might be upset now, you might be hating on me now, but I know where this is going to go. I know what my plan is. I know what my ideation is, and I know how this is going to end. And so while this might make you upset now, I understand that it's going to be for something that is going to be worth a lot more. And that a lot more is coming in like 3 hours. So I'm really looking forward to it. But for now, actually, it's getting to be about 6:20 right now. And I have a couple more things I got to do with. I have a meeting with my group. I have a creative entrepreneurship class I'm taking at college right now.
Gotcha.
And we have to put together a presentation. It's our finals due on Saturday. So I got to dip and work on that. But Dylan, thank you so much for having me on the live, man. This was fantastic. One of the best conversations I've had with a marketer in a while.
Well, that's great. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to be able to get on this live. I would absolutely love for you to be on here again sometime in the future.
My absolute pleasure. Let me know anytime.
Oh yeah, like this is the best stuff I've been hearing in a while, and definitely like-minded. It's great.
Yeah, this is awesome. Well, yeah. Hey, text me whenever. If I have questions, I'll certainly come to you, because I know, you've got some experience under your belt, and I'm a rookie. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I will keep an eye on everything. I look forward to your content.
Awesome. Yeah. Same here for you, man. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Enjoy your night. Stay safe.
You too. Have fun.
Yep. See ya.
All right. Well, that was a little longer than I thought. We were just talking about so much valuable info. And I honestly feel like there's another half of this. I would like to have him on here again. There's so much we could talk about. So thank you for anyone watching this in the future or is currently watching. I hope this has helped you as well be able to maybe expand in any social media, and also kind of get that fire underneath you so you could maybe get started on what you want to get started on. So don't want, do, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.